Good evening. My name is Odie Hawkins, and I'm here with Zola Salena-Hawkins. Please join me, Zola. Please.
I'm coming. Remember.
Hey, good to see you.
I know.
I will see you in
Just a
10 minutes.
I know.
We're here to have a little fun and hopefully to be very informative. For those of you who've been watching this show, I'll call it, for the months that we've been doing this, you will know, as I say at the opening, this is about trying to sell books that I've written. I have 38 published books, and I can explain as we go along why it is that we decided to take this method to publicize my output. So you want to say something?
Well, first off, get you some libation, drink, okay, or a snack to watch our show. And if you like it, please hit the like button, and also please subscribe.
Okay, got that. I've been writing professionally for a number of years, and one of the things I found, and this may be of some help to up-and-coming writers, freelance writers, it is a dreadful kind of business to be in. On one level, you get a lot of satisfaction from being able to do what you think you want to do creatively. But then there are potholes and sand pits and all kinds of stuff waiting for you around the corner that can stifle you and drown you and make you feel bad about the world in general. What am I talking about? We'll give you a couple of examples. Zola, you did this.
Yes.
What is it?
I knew there was a list, someone that has published a list, or several people have
If you're a
published
freelance writer and you want to publicize your own work, check this out.
Okay, this comes from the website Writer Beware. It's a blog, and it provides a list of publishing markets, fake literary agencies, and scam lists. That is very, very beneficial. You can check it out again at Writers, WRITERBEWAR.blog. And it provides some very informative information. And some of the people listed on this list, from A to Z, have called
From
us.
A to Z.
A to Z.
What's Z?
Is Zenith Literary Agency, aka Blue Ink Media Productions. And with having Blue Ink, you think it might be associated with the
Blue Ink, the critic.
the critique, yeah. And sometimes they'll use like Amazon type media name, and they're not at all linked with Amazon. So it's very important list for you to get and print out, so that you have it if someone gives you a call.
For the last several years, can I act out a little bit?
Yes, you can.
Can I?
Please.
For the last several years, I've been, I want to say assaulted by these people, but it has not been so much an assault, and in some cases, as it's been an insult. It starts off something like this. Hello, Odie Hawkins.
Wrong name.
I don't know why Odie is so difficult for some people to pronounce, but
It's not ODDIE.
but that's the way they inevitably.
Right.
Okay, if someone says I'm familiar with your works, then you think they would at least know how to say your name, Zola Salena, not Zula. Anyway, we start off with, hi, Odie Hawkins, Odie Hawkins. If I'm in a good mood, I will say yes. If I'm not in a good mood, I might say anything. And I really mean anything. Because the game is transparent. It's, how is it people could go for it? I don't know, but people do. People
Well,
go.
you don't want their work published. They want their work out there, and they want to sell. And so if somebody offers you a carrot, sometimes you really think it is a carrot.
Okay, Odie, here's my, who do you represent? Well, I'm with the miraculous agencies, We were there with the birth of the Virgin Mary, and
not quite that far, but something to that effect.
they go that far.
But they, and then they'll say that they're interested in a book like Ancestral Meridians or Conversations with Liquor Store Rufus, and then you may ask them, "Have you read the book?" No, but our people have read the book.
Our analysis, we have a top flight crew of 5 analysts who do nothing but read books day and night. Mm-hmm. And your book came to the top of the heap. I mean, it's really, really terrific. So now, what we'd like to have you do, Mr. Hawkins, Mr. Odie, is give us all of your information. What's your Social Security number again? I can't give you that. Oh, okay. How
is the book selling? What kind of profits are you making from this book?
Tell us everything we ask you. We want you to give a correct answer, okay? I mean, they talk to you like you sort of a grammar school kid or kindergartner, and the fun of it, if I'm in a good mood, the fun of it is just simply be, well, how far can we take this? I'm thinking back to one of the people whose name was Bonaparte, and we had a lot of fun with Bonaparte for about almost a full week.
And he was good. He really was good.
Are you related to Napoleon? Mm-hmm. Well, let's say, he's part of the family background.
And with final research, before we were going to sign a contract, we were going to send the in fact, we did send the contract to the Authors Guild, which is one of the benefits belonging to the Authors Guild, is that they will examine contracts. And they were like, I don't think so. And also further research found out this gentleman was belonging to a scam.
But at least he didn't start off with Odie.
No, it was very cordial, sound very professional.
So about his family. We're going to a picnic up in upstate New York this weekend. What are you guys going to do? And it's cozying up. It's letting you know that.
And it was a great disappointment.
Well, no, it wasn't. No, it was just a disappointment.
Well, a disappointment.
The great ones hasn't happened yet because you get to become so jaded.
This is true.
I stand corrected. Yeah, I hate to, but we don't feel greatly disappointed.
No, it's just a disappointment.
Yeah, you know what you're in for. One of the things I wanted to talk about today, aside from this, was something we started on the last time that had to do with influences of people who've done things that I hope have made us better people and helped us in different ways. I left off talking about Dr. Margaret Burroughs. Dr. Margaret Burroughs was the high school teacher who really sort of pushed me along, who started me off. And we got up to a point, I think we had to bring it to an end because the time was up. But Dr. Margaret Burroughs, the high school teacher, was an art teacher. And I'll fuse a lot of things together here just to show you.
Yeah, you did talk about her taking you to writing class because of your writing abilities.
I had discovered a way to make money in high school. I come from a time and from an era where boys, in order to make an effort to make an impression on a girl, would write a romantic note. I think it stemmed from the time frame, which was Mona Lisa, man, an angel. You're so like the lady with the mystic smile. Do you smile to tempt a lover, Mona Lisa? Or is it? And then it was doo-wop. This is before your time. So you got doo-wop, you got romantic stuff, and you had the lyricism of Charlie Parker, Dizzy Gillespie, Miles Davis, and this was all blended. So if you wanted to write a note with this prospective girlfriend, you'd have to really know how to do something, how to put it into a form that would be meaningful and exciting and interesting.
Yes.
So when my friend Eddie said, hey man, I like her, so why don't you drop a note on her? I can't write, man, you know. A lot of people who are going to do DuSable, especially the athletes, the football players, the basketball players, they couldn't write.
Reading and writing was not their priority.
Reading and writing, no.
High priority for some.
So I told Eddie, this is the way it all began. I'll write a note for you. He said, how much did you charge me? $1. Okay, when did I get it? I started to say 15. Let me go into the study hall. I'll do it right now.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. And so I went home and thought of a note that I thought would be worth $1. And it clicked. You know, I looked up and he was walking down the hallway.
First off, you would give the note, and the person would have to rewrite.
That was a stipulation
in their own handwriting. Yes.
But that made my work even more difficult because some of these guys, I had to sit right beside them to make sure they spelled the words right.
Right. Okay.
So it was an effort. I went up to $2. I charged $1 for the ordinary, $2 for the extraordinary, $3 for the exotic, and $4 for the outrageous. And I got caught up in
yes.
the outrageous. And business click, 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 click. I was in Dr. Burroughs one day. I was a little bit behind with my outrageous, and I was trying to catch up. And like seasoned older school teachers know how to do, she ambushed me. She came around this side. I thought she was gone, and I was clicking it in it. And I looked up and she reached over my right shoulder, I never will forget it, and said, nothing. She just took it up to her desk and she read it. And I'm, oh my God, because she was known to be kind of a tough card, you know. Stay after class, I want to talk to you. So I'm sitting down right in the desk in front of her thinking, oh my God, she's going to make me late. I got to get this outrageous out, otherwise I won't get this $4. So listen, I'm going to give you the name and address of a writing class that's taking place on Friday evening at the Baptist Center at 51st in South Park. You know where it is? Yeah, it was South Park we're there, this King Drive now. Right across the street from the park. I want you to go there. It's going to be 7 o'clock on Friday evening. Oh, Dr. Burroughs, I mean, Miss Burroughs, 7 o'clock on Friday? 7 o'clock on Friday?
I know,
I got to go to the Peps on Friday. I got to dance. I got to prance. I got to do my thing.
Apparently
she
not.
said, if you don't go, the lady's name is Mrs. Peterson. If you don't go, I will fail you and you have to take Art 101 all over again. For some reason, that was a required subject. So I went. To my surprise, Mrs. Peterson, this is Margaret Peterson, incidentally was her name, was a white woman who had decided to bring her talents to the South Side, meaning the ghetto. And she had about 15 people in the class. 10 of them were white people who wanted to, she must have been pretty good because they followed her.
Yeah, in fact, we saw her on TV not too long ago.
Yeah, well, it was a bohemian kind of thing. Evidently, Dr. Burroughs, Mrs. Burroughs, I'll keep calling her doctor because she became Dr. Burroughs later. She welcomed me without any pretensions and with a clear understanding that I had to measure up to her standards or else I would be kicked out of her class. And you know, so okay, I'm going to Friday class, and of course, I was 15, and the people in the class were grown-ups who came with their own little personal ashtrays, and they smoked while they were in class. I was thinking, oh my God, if only I knew how to smoke, I could be one of them.
Not secondhand, that's smoke, okay.
Secondhand smoke.
Right.
At the end of the class, they left and went down the street to the Grand Hotel to sit up at the bar and drink martinis. I couldn't do that. Not only that, what killed me is that it snowed really pretty heavily that winter. And I'm running back and forth from school. I'm running back and forth from school to home and from home to school.
That was the time.
So any other places that I went to walking, running, well, so you've got to be. And I frankly, I just broke down. I was doing okay in the class. I was doing okay. But I had to tell Dr. Burroughs, you know, I just can't keep up. You know, I had a little job working on the north side as a delivery boy. That was wearing me out. So she forgave me and she passed me. And that was my beginning.
Well, in fact, she didn't. That wasn't quite the end. She made you do gave you a ream of paper.
She gave for the summer vacation.
Right.
You got a good memory.
Okay, but besides that, in the teaching aspect, what else was Margaret Burroughs? What else did she do?
I have to call her Dr. Margaret Burroughs. She was an Africanist before the term was even thought about. She had, in 1952, she had a little haircut like yours.
Okay.
And the black teachers in the school were trying to pass a petition to have her declared insane.
Okay.
That's one thing. She wore clothes that she bought in Nigeria because she went to Africa with little tour groups all the time. She was petitioning the city council to have Chicago renamed DuSable City, because the original settler, of Chicago was a Haitian immigrant named Jean-Baptiste Point DuSable. They had a picture of him downstairs on the first floor of the high school. Black man. It's a black high school. I mean, a quite proud black high school. The white teachers were proud black. You know, the Irish, they loved the basketball team. They would be at the basketball. Miss McLeod, who stood about 6 feet, I think she was the ex-basketball player. Hey, 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 we got the ball. You got the boo. Boom by the deep down. Boom, pop,
she was a cheerleader in heart, right?
Yeah, man, they would, you know. We would play these white schools, and they would talk about the white school like, we got to beat them. White men can't jump. White boys can't jump. She said that.
Oh, wow.
So it was that kind of thing.
Little favoritism going on there.
Little favoritism. Anyway, aside from trying to get the name of the city renamed DuSable, she was all over the place. She wanted to have a DuSable Museum of African American Art. Make a long story short, she did accomplish that. She accomplished that. It took years, but she did that. I'm going to end this with a few comments that I've heard over a period of time that makes me feel positive and uplifted by what I've heard. There's a philosopher, writer, African-American man named John Henry Clark. I think John Henry Clark is no longer with us. But he was a mentor at a distance. I never knew him. I only met him once or twice, but I read his things, and one of the things he struck me with when he started talking about civilization and industrialization, he was often saying he was blind at that point. John Henry Clark was blind. He was saying, don't be mistaken about what constitutes civilization. A lot of people equate industrialization with civilization. Don't be misled by that. Most civilizations have not occurred yet on this planet. We've had industrializations which people were mistakenly led to believe could be civilized. So far, not one industrialized nation has been as civilized as it could be. And the reason I say that is because industrialized nations come up with the latest bombs.
Well, also, being quote-unquote civil to each other. People throughout the world want to pounce upon family members or friends or associates or soulmates or husband and wives because of difference of opinion.
Difference of opinion.
Okay? Why must a person think exactly like you? If you had a whole
If you don't,
planet,
I'll shoot you.
right. If I had a whole planet where people thought exactly the same thing, it would be so boring. It'd be, what would you talk about? That there's so much when you have people who are willing to accept each individual.
Yeah, difference of opinion.
Yeah, as an important person.
Yeah.
Because you have a difference of opinion. It's okay. It doesn't end the world.
What's the future look like for you? I mean, concerning this kind of thing.
Well, I tend to be a person who believes that the cup is half full as opposed to half empty. And so I believe that there are enough people of sound mind, and whether they're Christian, Muslim, Buddhist, whatever, that they're a good person, that they can accept the possibilities and work toward the possibilities of forming a civilization.
So, okay, that's a beautiful point. So it is possible, you think, to have a civilization on Earth. It is possible.
It is possible, and in my prayers in the morning is, please don't give up on us. Please do not give up on this planet, on this universe, on this galaxy. Please don't give up on us. There are those of us who are trying to make it okay.
I can buy into that. You were asking me earlier something about this, the event on the 31st.
Yes, May 31st at A.C. Bilbrew Library from 2 to 5 in Los Angeles. You will be...
This?
Yeah. It's a Lifetime Achievement Celebration. Lifetime Achievement Celebration. So, as it says, Odie Hawkins.
Well, shouldn't I be dead? I mean, I haven't had a lifetime yet.
That's what I smile at that indeed. That lifetime to this point. Okay. Odie Hawkins was one of the original members of the famed Watts Writers Workshop, established by Bud Schulberg in the wake of the Watts Rebellion in 1965. He has since become a prolific writer of novels, short stories, essays, television scripts, radio and film scripts. He founded the A.C. Bilbrew Library Writers Group in 2013 as his way of giving back to the community. And as you mentioned before, that you've taught in prisons, and you've also have an NAACP award for one of the TV shows that you worked with Alex Haley. And so I do believe one should give one flowers while one is alive.
Oh, yeah. I'm for
that. So often we appreciate, or we plan to do something. For example, I remember I was going to make my father a tie, and I cut it all out, and homemade tie. Okay, I cut it all out, and I was preparing to sew it. Yeah, he had been sick, and he had died. Okay, my grandfather. Okay, likewise, had died. So, procrastination. All right, it's not a good thing, especially when you want to honor a person or you want to try to show how much they mean in your life. And there's so many people that come across your path that you're just so blessed in knowing that, our Tai Chi family and our Capoeiristas and ones in the writer's workshop.
That's a point.
In the library, and books that become your friends,
The thing, and I'll let it go after this, but the thing that really gets to me is that all other people I know that I consider to be friendly to me, and I'm friendly to them, constitute one group of people. They know me, I know them. Then we got what we call the Tai Chi families. There are about 3 of them. People we go and do Tai Chi with. Watts Towers Art Center, the park over on Lakewood, and then the Sunday morning at Hartsworth Park in Long Beach, Bellflower and Carson. So there are 3 different places in addition to Alfred's small group. So 4 different groups. All those people know me. We know each other. Then there's, like you say, I've been the capoeirista for 50 years, so I know some people in capoeira. And then there's some other people that I know from other different areas of endeavor.
In Africa, from Ghana,
Okay.
from Sweden.
Okay, but I'm talking about the people
From
who are going to be
Mexico
sitting in front of me
Okay.
on this coming 31st.
From the internet, hello?
So I'm not going to be able to tell my usual jokes. I'm not going to be able to make up stories because they know me. I'm not going to be able to do anything but just be humble, and I intend to be, because I really am humbled by the idea that someone would think enough of, I've been a part of, think enough of what I've been a part of to recognize it.
Well,
And
you know, and it's giving back. You know, like I tried to give back, having taught
all the
been
time,
taught by
all the
both,
time.
but also not only because of my family, but with the Tai Chi, Master Tom is a great example of giving back to the community and caring about what people are learning. They are to help them to learn.
Well, if you have somebody who thinks enough of you, who wants to give you what he knows about Young 24, the Tao, the sword, the Shaolin cane, and the fan, and have you pick up on it, up to the point of being able to teach other people, then his investment was well served.
Well, I hope so. It's definitely an honor having been a student and a friend.
Listen, we got to get out of here because somebody's going to call me.
Odie.
Hello, Audie.
Audie.
Hello, Audie.
Indeed.
Don't call me, man. Don't call me.
And so, remember, his website is www.odiehawkins.com, and you can Google Odie Hawkins to find his books and to watch us in the various ubiquitous things that we do.
What is that?
Ubiquitous,
Oh,
too.
that's an author word. Ubiquitous.
Yes.
Very good.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, friends. Family.
Family.
Thank you, family. Bye.
Stay up.